payment, a maximum of $841, was issued on September 1st. The second payment, also for up to $841, will be sent out at the end of the month. However, the $1,600 maximum total for September is only for single recipients. An eligible individual with an eligible spouse receives up to $1,200 per payment, while a stipend of $420 per payment goes to those living with or providing for SSI beneficiaries. The program is overseen by the SSA and provides monthly payments to adults and children with a disability or blindness who have income and resources below specific financial limits. SSI payments are also made for people 65 and up without disabilities who meet certain financial qualifications. You might be eligible to receive SSI monthly payments even if you already received SSI or SSDI or retirement benefits. About 7.6 million people receive SSI benefits, in fact, and not everyone gets the same amount. You might get more if you live in a state that adds the money to the federal SSI payment, or get less if you have other income. Because of the way the system works, 2 SSI payments are sent in September, April, and December. But that doesn't mean you're getting extra money. It's to make up to 3 months that have no payments sent out in January, May, and October. There is a new deposit date for inflation checks. Here's the listen up. Listen up, everybody. It's about to get really important. Millions of eligible households who qualify for the SNAP will continue to get an important financial boost amidst an inflation crisis that has dealt the United States a hard blow. The amount each family could receive mainly depends on their income as well as certain expenses. Several states have officially announced they will offer additional SNAP benefits to eligible families. The assistance is intended to help households struggling to make ends meet as a result of joblessness or decreased hours following the crisis. Last year, Congress and the USDA decided to temporarily modify SNAP eligibility. Under the new rules, each household must meet certain requirements and also asset requirements in order to qualify. The household income should be at or below 130% of the federal poverty level, which has been at $1,800 a month in 2022. For example, this means that the federal poverty line for a 3-person family is $2,400 a month. Meanwhile, a household without an elderly or disabled member must have assets of $2,500 or less. The Pennsylvania SNAP program has been benefiting families in the U.S. states since it came into effect. The good news is that the recipients are going to continue to get extra monthly checks throughout October 2022. And now, due to the crisis, SNAP recipients have been receiving extra monthly checks as well. On July 15th, the Biden administration extended the federal emergency declaration due to the crisis for an additional 90 days. Therefore, the SNAP payments will continue through the end of this month. The extra payment will bring households that are only eligible for a partial benefit up to the maximum benefit amount for their household size. Households that are eligible for the maximum benefit amount will receive an extra $95 a month. In the upcoming weeks, millions of Americans can anticipate receiving some financial assistance. Due to new tax rebates, Illinois taxpayers will soon get checks in the mail. Illinois is also passed early this year into providing one-time individual income tax refunds, as well as rebates on property taxes for people who meet certain specific requirements. Residents must have paid Illinois property tax, and also those who submitted a 2021 tax form will automatically be reimbursed. Illinois citizens can still submit the form online to receive the rebate. There is also an update on student loan forgiveness. Democratic Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez believes Americans should be more supportive of one another and that we can start by embracing President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. Ocasio-Cortez mentioned other programs that use taxpayer dollars to benefit specific populations. The first-time homeowner benefits, Medicare for senior citizens, and roads that even public transit users help fund through taxes.
While collecting just over $4 trillion in revenue. With the return of legislative earmarks, pork barrel spending, meanwhile, has increased over 1,700%. Now, rather than recognizing the problems associated with spending more than the government brings in, the government simply prints itself more money. Like a child stricken with affluenza, rather than being cut off, the government simply helps itself to more money. It doesn't take long to lose the value of $1 when you're not spending your own money. Government is no different. While hardworking Americans pinch pennies, lawmakers spend carelessly. To pay for their next project, they threaten to raise taxes. When they don't have the support to raise taxes, they nevertheless continue to spend and drive up inflation. Inflation is nothing but an invisible tax on the people. A tax on the people that, I would add, disproportionately affects hardworking Americans, poor and middle-class Americans, Sometimes the wealthiest of the wealthy can find ways to get even wealthier in times of inflation. Everyone else gets hurt. With no action, the reckless spending will drive us off a financial cliff. But our spending trajectory is such that we cannot afford to wait for the consensus needed to pass a constitutional amendment. While hardworking Americans wait, I've introduced the Preventing Runaway Inflation and Consumer Expenditures Act, or the PRICE Act, to stop the bleeding. The PRICE Act requires a 3/5 supermajority of senators to approve new spending measures when the nation's inflation rate is at or above 3%. The PRICE Act is desperately needed. This insatiable spending machine is now costing Utahns $881 a month, more than they paid last year. And that's on top of what they already pay in taxes. Those are $881 every month for which Utahns receive nothing in return. It represents money that could be spent toward their home, toward their child's college education, toward filling their empty gas tank. But instead, millions of Americans will look at the skyrocketing cost of living and determine
for being here and for all that you have done. It is a very challenging time in our country right now on this topic and many others. And it is good to be back in Miami with all of you and with the leaders who are here on the campus of FIU. To discuss a very important topic, and I particularly want to thank the members of our administration, the leaders who have been doing extraordinary work on this subject. Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, NOAA, yes? NOAA Administrator Rick Spinyard, and FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell. Thank you all. Thank you. I also want to thank the members of Congress who are here. We have Congresswoman Frederica Wilson, who is here, and Congresswoman Sheila Sherfilis McCormick, who is here. They were kind enough to meet me on the tarmac as we arrived this afternoon, so thank you. And I also want to thank the local officials who are here, including the Mayor of Miami Beach, Dan Gelber. And to everyone, thank you for your leadership and thank you for your hard work. So for years, our nation and many of us have discussed, have lamented, have talked about the threat of climate change. For years, we debated the potential impact